My name is Johnny Gates. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. And so the reason why I really wanted to audition for The Voice was to keep my journey in music going. I've actually been playing music in the same band for 13 years. And we've had some crazy highs and lows, and the band itself has kind of come to an end recently, and I don't want to give up yet. So The Voice is my second chapter in my music career, so that's why I auditioned. My biggest supporters, definitely number one, are my parents. They've been so supportive of me. I went to a private high school and stuff like that, so when I turned to them right after graduation and I told them I wanted to play music for a living, they were like, okay, go and do it. And they could have had a different answer, so I know that they're back home because, they're so supportive of me. And Rhode Island's a small state, so I know that the entire state is probably gonna be watching and participating on this journey. And I've been lucky enough to tour the country a few times with my band, so I've got some fans out there that are definitely gonna be cheering. So the entire experience with the blind auditions was definitely stressful, but exciting at the same time. I really didn't know what to expect. You're kind of standing behind this door, and you can I could see the chairs, and I could almost see the side of Blake's face, and that's when it kind of hit me. I'm like, I'm about to go on stage and sing for Blake Shelton, But when I walked up on the stage, there was this little window where I could see my friends and family, and I actually saw my parents. And if you watch the blind audition, I kind of gave them a point, and it instantly calmed me down. And then I just went back into doing what I do, which has been just playing music, And at that point, it was a stage is a stage, and a crowd is a crowd. So I kind of went into that mode, and it worked out for me. For me, being on Team Gwen is just, the coolest thing ever. I grew up playing in bands, in garage bands, and me and Gwen really had this cool moment where we kind of talked about coming from the same past. She played in garage bands, and she made it. And to make it from that scene, it's difficult, So I feel like we share that common journey and common path, so instantly I knew I wanted to be with Gwen. So when she turned around, even during the song, I was like, I'm picking Gwen, I'm picking Gwen. So what really got me into music was being a fan of music. I didn't start playing music until I was a senior in high school, which it's kind of a late start, especially on this show. There's some 13-year-olds hanging around. But I was always the guy in the front row screaming, every lyric, and then I'd be in my car, screaming the whole way home, to whatever band I just saw. And I don't know, I just kind of wanted to cross that line and go from the crowd to the stage. And right around my senior year of high school, started a band, and really haven't looked back since. My biggest inspirations for music are definitely the indie rock bands that kind of start from nothing. Throughout this country, there's definitely big cities that have scenes, but there's also small towns that have really cool local scenes. And to make it from those scenes, it's difficult. And so for me, my biggest inspiration are the guys and the girls that kind of came from nothing and played in garages and fought and clawed their way to make it. And most of the bands I listen to and artists I listen to kind of came up that way, and I hope I can kind of represent that scene. For me as an artist, my genre is definitely alternative rock. And what is cool about the show is taking songs and kind of making them your own. I have this phrase, I want to get weird when it comes to songs. So I want to do an Adele song. I've been messing around with some cool Adele stuff and this Lady Gaga song that I love. So I'm really hoping to just step outside of my typical genre, and even the way I look, it looks like an alternative artist, So I'm really hoping to get out there and make some interesting song choices and show what I can do artistically to these songs and not just, sing them the way they are.